One of which was, have you ever used personal email for official business or communication? And again, under oath, Dr. Morey-Arasso, your answer was, well, yes, out of ignorance. What was the source of your ignorance?
Well, what I found when I get into the agency is that it was a normal custom that...
Who told you that with specificity?
Well, I just saw the experience that everybody used Gmail for certain communications.
Everybody?
Everybody that communicated with me, yes. And they used
Did you consult any manuals? Did you seek any legal guidance as to whether or not that was in compliance with the Federal Records Act?
My understanding at the time is that the communications through Gmail were acceptable. And,
all right, good. I'm glad you brought that up, because your answer continued, at the beginning of my tenure, I used to write drafts or positions. When did your tenure begin, Dr. Morey-Arasso?
In June 2010.
So the beginning of your tenure would reasonably be construed as what? Since you answered under oath that you limited yourself to using personal email during the beginning of your tenure, what's a reasonable understanding of the beginning of your tenure?
I told you, June 2010 is the beginning of my
6 months? 12 months?
3 months.
3 months. So your testimony is you did not use personal email more than 3 months after the beginning of your tenure, which would be in 2010?
No, that's not my answer. What
I'm reading your answer, and your answer was, at the beginning of my tenure, I used to write drafts or positions.
Yeah, right.
Did you ever use personal email after the beginning of your tenure, which you defined as 3 months?
When I was notified by my counsel that this was not a good record-keeping practice,
I really am looking for a yes or no answer initially, and then you are welcome to explain. Did you use personal email after you had been on the job 3 months?
Probably yes.
Probably yes or yes?
Yes. I mean,
okay, good.
I didn't know that I shouldn't.
See there, it wasn't that complicated.
Yeah,
the answer is yes.
I did recognize that
this
was
yes.
not a good record-keeping practice.
And then you went on to say,
it was pointed out to me, and I ceased to do this.
The court reporter's going to have enough trouble without us talking over each other, Dr. Morey-Arasso. You also said you used to write drafts or positions before I would put it as, and then you were cut off. Did you ever use personal email to do anything other than write drafts or positions?
Yes, I transmitted.
All right, so that answer that you gave Chairman Chaffetz was incorrect in multiple ways. First of all, you did use it after the beginning of your tenure, and secondarily, you did use it for more than just drafts or positions. And then the chairman said, when is the most recent time that you use your personal email? And I found this answer instructive. You said, we stopped the practice. Who is we?
Well, the people that I write emails to and the people that write emails to me. Those are we.
Does we include you?
Of course.
So your testimony would have been that I stopped that practice about 1.5 years ago. If I is included in the word we, then your answer was, I stopped that practice about 1.5 years ago.
I don't know the exact date as you are asking for,
well,
but I stopped the practice.
I'm looking at your exact testimony. That's what I'm looking at.
Again,
you said you stopped it.
You
said you stopped it 1.5 years prior to when Chairman Chaffetz asked you about it. Do you agree that a common understanding of 1.5 years would be 18 months? Is that a common understanding of 1.5 years? Do you disagree that 1.5 years would be 18 months, Dr. Morey-Arasso?
Mr. Congressman, I cannot tell you an exact date.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You gave Chairman Chaffetz an exact date under oath. You said 1.5 years ago.
I said at the beginning of my tenure.
I've moved on to another question, Dr. Morey-Arasso. I've moved on to the second question, and your second answer, which was we stopped that practice about 1.5 years ago. And what I find vexing, Doctor, is this was testimony in June of 2014, so 1.5 years ago would have been sometime in early 2013, and here I am looking at personal emails you sent in August of 2013. Well, within 1 year of when you gave that testimony to Congressman Chaffetz. Can you understand why we would be troubled by your previous testimony, Dr. Moreira-Rasso? I just cited 4 instances in which it was factually deficient.
If you look at the email that you are referring to,
now, I'm looking at
the transmission of a article that appeared in the press.
Dr. Moreira-Rasso, I'm looking at your prior testimony.
We will make America great again.